Welcome to the RavensSpace YouTube. My name is Jason, and this is RavensSpace Daily, where we talk about Baltimore Raven news every single day. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Please remember to subscribe, comment, and share this video. We'll hop right into the news, and our first news story of the day is dealing with the press conferences today from the NFL players who were at the voluntary workouts. And so as you guys know, Joe was there. Mike Wallace was there. A lot of our good players were there. As you guys know, Joe was there. Mike Wallace was there. Eric Weddle was there. And a lot of interesting things were said. One of the things that stood out to me was when Joe was asked, do we need any more receivers? And does he need any help? He said no. And of course, he would say that Joe's a quarterback who thinks he can win. He's a prideful player, even though, he's very cool, but he thinks he's good. And he thinks that he has players he can win with. But he's wrong. I mean, he needs help. We saw that offense last year, and we need help. Unless you're going to say that Steve Smith was the reason the offense didn't grow, then you can say that. But I really do think that they need to add one more receiver and add many more offensive linemen. And the running back, I'm not really, worried about, because running backs have been devalued so much in this league that, you can get a running back off the street and they can be good for you. They can produce for you. But the receiver position, the wide receiver position, and the offensive line are very important in the NFL. And if you don't have an elite quarterback that makes everyone better, you have to have a receiver who's elite, who plays at a high level, or offensive line that's going to protect you, right? And give you time to look through your progressions. And currently right now, I don't think we have any of those three. Joe's good. I wouldn't call Joe Flacco a top 5 quarterback in this league, especially the way he's played after the last 2 or 3 years. I wouldn't call an offensive line elite. I would actually call offensive line mediocre. Marshall Yonder is an elite guard, but that's the only great player we have on the offensive line. We still don't have a center, and we still don't have a right tackle. And people have been telling me in the comments, hey, don't worry, there's free agents out there. I don't believe it until it's in the pen, right? Until they have a press conference and saying how happy we are to have these people. I don't know. I thought we were going to get Nick Mangold a long time ago, but I was wrong about that. I'm nervous for this offense right now. To me, they've gotten worse and not better, and it's going to be hard to be worse from last season, but it looks like that's going to be the case. We're not done yet, and in the draft, you're not going to get players past the first 2 rounds who are going to be ready to step in and help you. Joe said he didn't need help. I think he's wrong about that. He said he's going to keep on wearing his knee brace. That's a good thing. Wear whatever makes you comfortable so you can play at a high level. They asked Mike Wallace a question, if, about him, his deal. He had to sign his extension. He said it was a good idea for the Ravens. Now it's time for him to perform on that. Again, and you have to perform in the way you have to run routes to get open. A quick slant is not a route that's going to help you win the Super Bowl. It's just not. It's not going to get you past the best defense in the league. A quick slant gets you an average of 4 or 5 yards. I know he has the speed to break 1 or 2 like he did last year. And again, he was the best quick slant receiver in the league. Pro Football Focus ran a report to compare, the best routes for every receiver. And Mike Wallace was the number 1 receiver on quick slants. Congratulations, you run a good quick slant. Well, now you got to run good routes. You got to run good curls. You got to run good flies, good fades, different things like that. Post, hook. You got to do it all. If we want to win, our receivers have to up their game. So Mike Wallace, you've said it. Now up your game as well. Hopefully we'll be good. Jimmy Smith thinks he'll have the best season of his career. Eric Weddle thinks our defense has a chance to be great. So we'll see where all this comes in. So again, hope the Ravens do good. I do love watching these press conferences. Let me know if you guys want a reaction video of press conferences or anything like that. Give my little, 10 cents. And also you guys watch them on BaltimoreRavens.com. Come back and, leave a comment, how you felt about the press conference, because I would love to hear you guys' opinions too. The next piece of news is that the Ravens have met with Jabrill Peppers. And if you guys don't know, Jabrill Peppers is the Swiss Army knife of college football. He does everything. He does defense. He plays safety. He plays linebacker. He's even played end. He plays offense. He plays receiver and running back. And he also does special teams. Very talented player. One of my favorite players in the draft for other teams, not for the Ravens. And that reason is because he's good, but in this league, you have to be a specialist. You don't want the receiver who wants to line up at running back and who wants to play cornerback. There was a time where you could do that. The very elite players did things like this, like Deion Sanders. But they only did things like that when the other side of the ball was not good, right? You don't want your cornerback playing the receiver. What you want is every day you want to focus on one position and get better at that position. And Jabrill Peppers hasn't really had a lot of tape at safety. And again, even if he did, we don't need a safety. He could play linebacker, but he's smaller. And again, the Ravens want to stop the run, right? So he just doesn't fit the scheme. And then we also have Levine, who plays that safety linebacker hybrid already. So again, he doesn't fit with the Ravens, but he's met with the Ravens. So we'll see. I don't think the Ravens are going to take him. They're just doing their homework, and hopefully they're trying to get Jabrill Peppers to get drafted before them, so they have a chance to get one of the receivers on the board, I believe. Again, you guys let me know if you think the Ravens should draft Jabrill Peppers. If you like him, again, I love his attitude. He's relentless. He has a good football cockiness. He plays the game well. He plays the game like you want a player to play the game, except for he is too good at too many things, which sounds crazy. But you want a player who is great at one position and you can plug him into that position. And then the last story of the day, is a story that I was very disappointed with. And it's Kiper's grade A draft. So basically, what is the top situation the Ravens can do? What's the best situation for them? So in Kiper's grade A draft, the Ravens get the number 1 offensive lineman and J.J. Watt's brother. Oh God, right? Oh geez, Louise. That's what I thought when I read it. And again, you guys don't have to read it because I'm here telling you. Offensive line, and it's a guard, right? The number 1 offensive lineman is a guard. When we don't need a guard, like we have Marshall Yonda, who's the best guard in the league, who's probably been the best guard in the league for the last 5 years. And you have Alex Lewis, who the Ravens believe in Alex Lewis, and they think his best position is guard. So again, what you do is if you draft a guard with the first pick, number 16, he has to start. So Alex Lewis is gone. Bye, Alex. You can't, if we take a guard with the first pick, he has to be plugged in where Alex Lewis plays. And Alex Lewis has to become your backup. And that's just the bottom line. It just doesn't make a sense. It's not a fit. Again, and then J.J. Watt's brother, who is talented. When I watched J.J. Watt in college, J.J. Watt didn't wow me. He was good, but he didn't make me drop my jaw. And J.J. Watt's brother does it less so. Again, talented guy at the linebacker position. Doesn't wow me as a pass rusher, really. There's much better pass rushers who are even projected to go later than he is. He doesn't wow me as a coverage linebacker. What he looks like is a versatile 4-3 end. An end that can, take a step back if you need him to, who can play a great contain. But the Ravens don't need that. Again, we don't need what they're saying that we want, and I don't know why. It's like everybody is just blind to the fact that we need offensive players who aren't guards. Like, we don't need a guard. If anything, guard may be our strongest position on the offensive line. So it just befuddles me that these, Mel Kiper, I think, is a smart guy. Why would you have us taking a guard in the first round? Okay, we need to take a skill position because where we're going to pick, there's going to be a receiver up there one of the top 3 receivers. There's going to be one, and there's definitely going to be a receiver or a pass rusher. So why would you take an offensive lineman? It doesn't make sense to me. You guys let me know if you think we should take a guard. I just can't see it. And again, I'll talk to you guys in the comments. Maybe we can change my mind. And also, let me know what you think about J.J. Watt's brother, T.J. Watt. I should stop calling him J.J. Watt's brother. Let me know what you think of T.J. Watt, and if he'll fit the Ravens scheme. Again, to me, he's a 4-3 D end who's going to be good in the league. He's not going to be great. He's not going to be like a Joey Bosa, right? Who, as soon as you see Joey Bosa as a rookie, you get it, right? You get it, right? I don't think he's going to be that way. Thank you guys so much for watching. Also, don't forget, Monday is going to be the first episode number 1 of Ravens Mailbag. I really do want you guys to send in your questions. I've been getting questions already. I'm incorporating this. I don't know how long the episode's going to be yet, but it's going to be a great episode for, all the Ravens fans, where we just talk about the questions that you guys have. I want your questions. Please send them in. Again, it's 100% free, of course, because I really do want to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, please subscribe to TheRavensSpace. We're still growing. We're going to make this into something great for Ravens fans to really appreciate and be proud of. Also, if you missed the news from yesterday or Monday, please click the box so you can watch all the Ravens Space dailies and all our other videos as well. Thank you guys so much, and go Ravens.